Good evening, and once again, thank you for joining us on Robin Elliott tonight. My guests this week include celebrity cooking school winner Laura Tots. We'll be chatting to country music star Cliona Hagan about her new Dolly Parton Songbook Show. We'll have music from Silent Running. We're talking fashion with style consultant Mary McGuigan, and we'll find out about a brand new show from Uplift Performing Arts. It's all coming up over the next hour. Okay, starting us off on the show this evening, we are talking fashion, and I'm pleased to say that style consultant Mary McGuigan joins us in the studio. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So we're going to take a look at some stuff you've been filming throughout the week in just a second. But before that, tell me about your role. How does one become a style consultant then?
Well, I've always had a love for fashion, but I was never one that grew up wearing all the designer brands. I was always someone who would have been brought to thrift shops, and to be honest, I actually hated it when I was younger. I would have stood a couple of doors up when my mum was going in. But it taught me a valuable lesson. It taught me, you didn't have to be stylish wearing designer brands. And that's always stuck with me. And I wanted to really share that knowledge with other people, and wanted to make personal styling available for everyone, rather than it be something that people think is for people with lots of money. Yeah.
Now, the charity shops these days, you can actually pick up some really good designer bargains now, can't you?
Yes, you can, and I'm a big fan of that, absolutely. Especially because we have consignment stores as well, so people are actually wanting to get, if they no longer want a designer item, they're wanting to get as much value from selling it as they can.
And you think people care more about recycling and sustainable fashion these days?
I think they're starting to, yeah. And I think because we're all tightening our belts now with regards to money, I think it's a really good time to push it.
Okay, right. You've been out and about this week.
Yes.
Helping our very own Pauline Carville clear out her wardrobe, because that's something you do as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Believe it or not, we wear about 20% of our wardrobe. And when anybody comes to me, I always say, what have you got currently in your wardrobe? Because they seem to think it's about buying new clothes. That's what a personal stylist or a personal shopper does. It's just buying new clothes. But it's a good idea to have a good look through your wardrobe and see the things that you like wearing from it, or the things that are maybe hiding or that you don't really give much attention to.
There's loads of stuff in my wardrobe that I never wear, but I'm afraid to let it go.
Yes.
Because I just think maybe one day I'll just fit back into that jacket or that shirt again.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do that, and I was no different. When I had my children, I held on to things thinking, I'll fit into that one day. No, you need to dress for who you are today.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll hold on to things and they'll just lie there, and they're taking up valuable space. So they have to earn a place in your wardrobe, clothing items.
Okay, so you've been helping Pauline this week with her wardrobe. Should we take a look at the footage?
Yes.
Let's do it. Here's what happened as Mary went along to meet our very own Pauline Carville and check out what she has in her wardrobe. Have a look at this.
So we're already in February, and I don't know about you, but I'm still putting into place my New Year's resolutions. And one of those is to clear out my wardrobe, because I hardly wear half of the things. So today I have Mary, who is a stylist, and she is here to help me work out what I can keep and what I can get rid of. And more importantly, how do I do that? Mary, thank you so much. I can't even tell you how excited I am for you to be here today.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So have I said the right thing, that you're a stylist? Tell me exactly what your job is.
I want to help people use as much as what they already have, because everybody always thinks they need a whole new wardrobe full of clothes, and I know that you have a wardrobe full of clothes, so I am here to help bridge the gap of how to create outfits and how to make the most of what you have.
So Mary's already taken a look at my wardrobe, and she's telling me that I can actually wear quite a lot of them. And yet I was willing to throw things out because I thought that makes me look too big, or that jean isn't working for me at the bottom of my legs and things like that. So Mary, we're talking here about some of these dresses. I love getting dresses that if it works for me, I like to get the same style. Is that okay?
Absolutely, yes. And if you like a style, if a style works for you, do keep getting it, because that's what you want. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel that it flatters your shape. So yes, absolutely.
So these dresses that I'm talking about basically are, I got a plain one and it worked absolutely beautiful. It was a plain green one and it's in the wash at the minute, so it's not here. But because I loved it and lots of people were admiring it on me, I felt exquisite in it. I started to buy quite a number of them. Now, this one I absolutely love because it actually doesn't make me look too big. It just works and I feel good in it. But some of these other ones, and as you can see, I go with patterns. I love patterns and stuff, but I don't think they always look well on me. So I was going to throw some or sell some of these or get rid of some of these. Is there anything I can do with those?
Well, what I want to ask is, what's the number one reason for you wanting to get rid of them or sell them? Because you've told me that you like them. So I want to know what the reason is of why you want to get rid of them.
Okay. The reason I want to get rid of them is because I feel really big in them. I mean, when I get photographs taken, I look like I'm 3 times bigger than I see myself as.
Okay. Print will always make us look bigger. So it's great for people that are big at the top, small at the bottom. They would wear print on the bottom to kind of balance out their body shape. Or if they're small on the top, big on the bottom, they would wear print on top. And that just creates symmetry. So you like the print dresses. So let's make it work. What you want to do is wear something dark coloured or block coloured, like a coatigan or a gilet over it. And then you see the lovely print in your arms, you see the lovely print down the front, and yet you still have that beautiful seamless shape to your body.
Well, I don't know about you, but I would never have thought of that. And I do like the gilets, but I tend to have the padded ones, so I'm assuming it's a nice glamorous gilet I'm looking for.
Yes, it'd be a very glamorous gilet, absolutely. You can get different ones. You can get faux suede ones, you can get suede ones, you can get leather ones, you can get coatigans. Long cardigans, but we were talking, I know you said you weren't a cardigan person. I'm not either, so we'll have to work with something that I know that you're going to wear again.
But you know, now that you've said that it will work with these dresses, a long one I would probably go with. Yeah. So, and of course, it's not about a coat, because a coat you can wear out, but once you're inside, you get warm and you need to take it off, don't you? So I'm up for that. I don't know about you, so I'm quite excited about the prospect of that. So that will be something in our shop, definitely looking at a nice glamorous gilet that will work for all these dresses, as well as the coatigan. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, so the other thing that I would probably need to speak to you about is this side of the room. So Mary, the rail across the way is very organised and it doesn't overwhelm me, because I've coats on one side, dresses on the other, and a few things that are quite dressy that I've just bought. The rail behind me, however, is what really, really stresses me out. Okay. And it's because most of the stuff on the rail I don't wear. How do I throw things out, though? I find that really difficult.
You need to give it the love test. So you need to go through each item and have a look and think, what is it that I don't like about it? It just really it doesn't align with me. It's not part of my personality. That's something that you want to get rid of. If it's poor quality, that's again something that you probably have to get rid of. If it's something that you just don't know how to work with, like you don't know how to style it or what would it look like in an outfit, that is something that can be worked with. And I know that most of this stuff here can be worked with.
Well, that's really good to know, because every time I look at it, I go, I never wore this stuff. But I definitely know there are stuff that you've just mentioned there that if it doesn't work with who you are now, yeah. I mean, even a few years ago, I would think that I was still in my early 20s and still really, really, really thin. And I'm not anymore. And I've kind of accepted that. So I know that I could get rid of some of those. The other thing that you'd mentioned is some of the blouses there that I do really like, and that you can help me to work with those, which is quite exciting. So these two that we've got here are little plain ones. I'm a terrible one for plain, buying plain. And yet these two have never been on my back. Right. Okay. And I do that quite a lot. The reason I bought these was because I saw a girl on YouTube who had said, if you're going to wear something with jeans, buy something that you can feel quite dressy in. And of course, the material is kind of that lovely sheen kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't find a pair of jeans that really suits me. And the other thing is as well, is the plainness of it. I just, I don't really know what to do with it. Can you help?
It's great to have plain things for a start, because you can dress those up and down, and the way to do that is with your accessories. And because these are nice and flowy on the top, you want your jeans or your bottoms, whatever other ones you decide to wear, to be sort of as slim for you and your body shape as you can. So it doesn't necessarily have to be skinny jeans. Skinny jeans don't work for a lot of people, but it could be slim jeans, it could be straight jeans. But that is something that we're going to work with you on whenever we go out to look at jeans.
Definitely, because I am at the stage where, like I said, I'm sure we're all the same. We get older, we put on a little bit of weight, and you just don't know what jeans to wear. I used to wear the skinny type jeans before skinny jeans even became fashionable, but I can't wear them anymore. It just doesn't suit me. So I would love something that would just feel really comfortable. I think comfort's really important for me, but also feel quite glamorous. So I look forward to doing that. Yes. So what can we do with these then?
Well, for a start, now we were talking about jewellery. I know you said you would be quite understated with jewellery, which is fine. You don't have to be full on bling and have chunky jewellery. If you don't like it, best not to have it. You can use scarves, you can use brooches, you can use a brooch like the one that I have here.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I thought you would like that one. But these are things that are so easy to find in charity shops. So and actually you find really good ones in charity shops. You don't need to go out and start buying really expensive brooches. It's a good way of getting into shopping pre-loved if you're, sort of dipping your toe into doing that. And your belts as well. So we could maybe do a little bit of tucking in at the front. Now it always will depend on the style of the top. And some people don't like doing the tucking, which is fine. But what you want is, yes, you have a nice brooch, a nice bit of print on the belt, maybe leopard print or snake print, all down to your personality. And you could even go for a pair of print trainers if you're doing it casual, or a nice pair of print heels, which again doesn't have to be expensive.
Well, do you know what? I'm visualising that. Are you visualising that? Because I can actually see that. Leopard print, sure, I love it. Can you not see what I've got in my dresses? Anything, oh gosh, shoes, leopard print shoe. Yes. You know what? That's so interesting. So maybe a bit of leopard print in the shoes, new jeans. So you've got your work cut out now, Mary.
I do, yes.
Now, you mentioned pre-loved.
Yeah.
One of the things that happens when I go to pre-loved is, if it was too big, or even if I loved it, say it was a much bigger size, what would your advice be on that?
The bigger the better. Because what people do is when they go to a pre-loved shop, they look for their size and go, oh, it's not here, I don't have it. But they may have found something they really like. The more material that, the seamstress has to work with, the better. And you've got to believe in alterations, because you're always going to have to get stuff altered. Clothes are made for symmetrical bodies. Are your eyes symmetrical? No. There you go.
No, you heard me laugh. I'm definitely not symmetrical. So, do you know, I am really excited about this. So basically what you're saying to me is I don't need to go and buy a whole new wardrobe.
No, absolutely.
And do you think that most people are the same?
Yeah, I really do. I know that I will find even more stuff as I look through your wardrobe, and maybe even in the shoes. You mightn't even need a pair of print heels. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to find something down there. You can even actually get things that you put on your shoes to jazz them up a bit. Again, will all depend on your personality.
You can put stuff on your shoes to jazz them up? Well, I have learned so much today, Mary. I am so excited on this shopping trip as well, because Mary's going to go out and help me to find those jeans, to find those print shoes, or the prints for my shoes. And I look forward to that. Thanks again, Mary, for being here, because you have made my year.
You're very welcome.
Okay, my next guest is coming to the Grand Opera House here in Belfast with her Dolly Parton Songbook Show on the 1st of March. So here's what happens when I caught up with Cliona Hagan earlier on today. Okay, my next guest is coming to Belfast Grand Opera House with her Dolly Parton Songbook Show on the 1st of March. We're really looking forward to it, and pleased to say we can join Cliona Hagan on the line from Germany. She is today. Cliona, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Robin?
Very well, thank you. So you're jet-setting all over the world then?
Yeah, I'm over here in Germany, and we've been here, I'd say, nearly 8-9 days, and the crowds over here have just been wonderful, and I've just loved it. It's been so much fun.
Brilliant. Tell me about the Dolly Parton Songbook then. It's coming to the Grand Opera House, so you must be a huge Dolly fan, as everybody is, aren't we?
You know, honestly, she's known everywhere, every part of the world. Everyone knows Dolly Parton, and for me growing up, that's all that was playing in our house was Dolly Parton, because Mummy loved Dolly Parton, and of course, in turn, I grew to love Dolly as well. And I think Dolly Parton is one of those artists that they just, you know, they seem to have it all figured out, I suppose. You know, not only is she a wonderful singer, her songwriting skills is just magnificent. And also as a person, she seems just so lovely. And, you know, I think she hasn't forgotten where she's come from. And I think that's a testament to her as a person, and of course that's why she's my favorite artist of all time.
And the thing about Dolly is she keeps reinventing herself. We had country Dolly, we had the original bluegrass Dolly, we had disco Dolly, and now she's in the studio making this rock album with John Fogerty and Stevie Nicks and people like that.
She's just, again, iconic, and to be able to, I suppose, do many cross-genre music, it's just amazing. Not a lot of people can do that, but I think her voice lends to any type of music. Not only that, obviously, as bluegrass music, and as you said, rock music, and she's just wonderful. And I love as well that she never has pigeonholed herself. You know, she always strives to keep pushing the boundaries, and I think that's just fantastic.
I think she's about 77 now, and she's showing no signs of slowing down, is she?
No, I don't know how she does it. I want some of her energy, that's for sure.
So when you take to the stage of the Grand Opera House then with your show, what kind of things can we expect? Obviously all the big hits are going to be in there.
Oh, for sure, Robin. You know, it's just going to be one big party. Everyone always asks, okay, what is the Dolly Songbook Show about? Of course, it is about celebrating Dolly Parton songs, but also there's so many like hidden jewels in there, songs that people might necessarily know is a Dolly song or was written by Dolly Parton, and they're always shocked by that. It's just one big exciting production. Is huge. The production value is huge. We've got massive lights, we've got huge sound systems, we have 8-piece live band, and it's just fantastic. And we want everyone to be going away saying, wow, I want to go back to the Dolly Songbook. That was so much fun.
So if you had to choose your favourite Dolly song then, what would it be?
For me, it's always been Coat of Many Colours, and I think that's because of the words of the song. The words are just so beautiful. You know, you don't have to have a lot to be happy. You don't have to have, I suppose, the most magnificent houses or jewelry or whatnot. And I just think the message within that song is just so beautiful. And of course the melody, and I actually sing that song acoustically too, and it's just fabulous. And I just have always loved that song.
And of course you must do songs like 9 to 5 as well. You couldn't get away without doing that, could you?
Definitely not. You know, we always have to do the big songs like 9 to 5 and Two Doors Down and Jolene, and I love singing those songs because the whole crowd is with you singing those songs. And of course, why not? As I said, like I'm over here in Germany at the moment, and I'm singing Jolene's and the 9 to 5s, and everyone knows it over here. Even though a lot of people over here don't necessarily speak English, they certainly know the Dolly Parton songs, and it's so cool to see how she's such a far-reaching audience, and of course these iconic songs that she has written too. She's just wonderful, and I love her as a songwriter too, because she's able to write the likes of 9 to 5 and then go into a slow big ballad like I Will Always Love You. She's just so intelligent and so talented with her craft.
And even the start of 9 to 5, you hear her little fingernails on the start on the microphone. Did you know that?
I didn't. Indeed, yeah. You know, she when I was doing a little bit of research into some of the songs, yeah, that 9 to 5 came up, and of course she said she was tapping her fingernails, her long fingernails, and that is where I suppose that little riff comes in. But not only that, she was actually on the cast for the movie 9 to 5 as well at the time, and she had written, I think there's 4 or 5 extra verses of 9 to 5, and every day she would have went to the cast members and sang the verses, and then they would have ended up picking which verses that they preferred, and that is how the whole song came about. So she's just wonderful, and I just love everything about her.
So apart from the Dolly stuff, are we going to hear any new material from you anytime soon?
Yes. I'm releasing a summer single, not just yet, but it'll be within the next few months. And I'm definitely working in the studio, and I still don't want to lose myself, Cliona. So it's important for me to still push my boundaries and keep getting my music out there, as well as doing the Dolly Songbook. So of course, music will be coming very shortly.
Now, from the last time I saw you, you went on to do Dancing with the Stars as well. Was that fun to do?
It was unbelievable. What an experience. I suppose just like Dolly, I don't like to be pigeonholed, so I always like to push my boundaries and push myself, and dancing was definitely not in my comfort zone. But you know, the pro dancers, honestly, Robin, they just make the dances look so easy, and they are anything but easy. And it was a lot of hard work. However, it was just what a wonderful experience, and getting to like obviously dance with these international dancers and learn so different many dance routines, and of course the whole production value of Dancing with the Stars is just amazing, and what a fantastic platform, and I just loved every minute of it, and I made so many wonderful friends too, so I can't complain.
And you're married now as well, I believe.
We got married. I can't believe it's nearly coming up in a year. It's just like, where's that year went to? Yes, to my lovely husband, Simon Sheeran, and Simon's family, the Sheeran family band. They're very, very well known all over Ireland and the UK as well. And they're just wonderful musicians. And I'm so fortunate that I have these top class musicians playing on the Dolly Songbook with me. And every festival event that I do, I've got honestly the best musicians.
Well, we look forward to seeing the Dolly Songbook. The 1st of March, you're on stage in the fabulous Grand Opera House in Belfast. We look forward to seeing you then. Cliona, good to talk to you as always.
Thank you so much, Robin. Lovely to chat to you as well.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's talk theatre now, and a brand new musical that's on its way to the McNeil Theatre in Larne. It's called Bully, and I'm pleased to say it's been produced by a young lady who's only 15. She's written all the lyrics, all the music for the show as well. She's with us in the studio, and also Ryan Moffat from Uplift Performing Arts. Guys, welcome. Yeah. Ryan, first of all, it's been quite some time since you've been here.
It has. It's been a while. I think we were talking beforehand, maybe about 4 years or so since we were last here talking, but it's good to be back. Thanks.
It is, and Uplift continues to do good work, don't you?
So 14 years now and still going strength to strength, which is a real blessing.
And still finding the stars of the future, like Ciara here as well.
Absolutely, yeah. The doors are open and people have been coming in and been able to see that talent and nurture it as well, but also just to encourage people in the community to come out and try the arts, because the arts is for everyone. And specifically whenever we did a Sister City exchange program, and Ciara auditioned to be part of that. When we were away, we were on the bus talking about some stuff, and that's how we kind of got connected, and Ciara was able to tell me about this amazing idea.
Brilliant. So Ciara, tell us about the idea. There's not too many 15-year-olds who write the music, write the lyrics, and then suddenly you've got this musical up and running, is there?
Yeah, no, it's lots of people have been telling me it's a very strange thing, but it's just something that I really wanted to do, so that's just went for it.
Tell us a bit about your background first. How long have you been involved in the performing arts business for then?
To be honest, not very long. I've only really done school stuff before, so this is all quite new to me as well.
Yeah.
So tell us where the idea from Bully came from. Did you read the book first of all? How did it happen?
Yeah, so I read the book when I was about 7 or 8. I didn't really think about it much until maybe I was about 12 or 13, and I was like, I want to write a musical. And nothing really happened for another year, and then I was like, it would be really good if I wrote a musical based on this book, because I think young people can really identify with the themes in it.
So you've done it, and I mean, for anybody adapting a book into a stage play, it's a pretty difficult feat, isn't it?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to do it?
I think about 8 months initially, but then obviously there's a lot of like editing and stuff that happened. So
And how easy was it to get in touch with the original writer? Because I would imagine you have to get permission and stuff to do that.
it's actually very easy. All I did was email her, and like literally a day later she came back to me and was like, yeah, sure, you can do this.
Wow, brilliant. Okay, tell us about some of the songs then in the musical.
I'd say the songs are quite, like, they're in quite a wide variety of genres, but most of them I'd say were quite serious.
Yeah.
But there are fun songs as well.
Ciara's been very heavily influenced by a lot of the Hamilton and In the Heights and musicals like that are a bit more modern, a bit more theatre rap and stuff like that, which I think for the youth of today's culture is very, very cool to kind of see that side of theatre come more alive, you know?
So for people who maybe haven't read the book, what's the kind of story then behind Bully?
So it's about Carrie Hollis, who was in a car accident and ends up with like a crippled leg, and she starts a new school, but she's bullied by 2 students there, but basically she finds something out about another student and uses it against them and sort of becomes the bully herself. So
Right, okay. The good thing about this show as well, you're raising money for charity. You're doing it all for the NSPCC, aren't you?
yeah.
With bullying being such a massive thing in schools and something that they want to talk more about and how do you deal with it and all that kind of stuff, this musical in itself really does help you understand the context behind what pushes someone to their limits, but also how do you resolve that in the correct ways, which I think is really, really cool. So yeah, we've been working on it since November. Obviously we had the Christmas break and now this half-term break, but the guys are really, really doing everything they can to get this to the standard it needs to be.
So 25th of February is the big date, isn't it? Are you going to be nervous in the opening night?
Most definitely.
And you must, in your opening nights, must still get some nerves to this day.
I think if I didn't do it and have the butterflies of any show that we come up to do, you would kind of just lost the spark, and what's the point?
Yeah,
do you know,
exactly,
it's having those butterflies to know that you're doing something special. This one in particular is going to mean something to somebody in the audience. They're going to be able to relate to the topic.
Yeah.
You know, it's a 1990s book, so we've brought it up to today's kind of culture, and we've looked at things like cyberbullying and how to bring that into it with the projections and all that kind of stuff. And in the book, it's Wayne and Billy, but Billy with a Y. It's 2 guys who are bullying the girl, and we kind of felt that actually today it's more females that bully other females in bathrooms and all that kind of stuff at school. And so we've kind of changed it a little bit there with the writer's permission to make it more relevant to the youth of today.
Okay, so now that this show's nearly ready, is this something you're going to do on a regular basis? Are you going to get into writing and producing?
I just want to see how it goes first and see if it all works out, then maybe.
Yeah. Brilliant. So how many's in the cast then? Is it a big cast?
There's 16 in the cast, all different ages, because we've got adults in there to play the teachers as well as Carrie's mum and dad. And everybody's working really hard. Like I know Jenny, who is Ciara's mum, has been phenomenal. Like she's helping out with all the stuff backstage, helping out with all the props and getting everything pulled together. So it's been a real family thing as well, because I think her brothers are going to be helping out backstage, which is the first time they've done anything in theatre. So it's been great to not just do the show, but to actually encourage other people to get out and do stuff in the community with theatre.
Exactly. So 25th of February is a big date. McNeil Theatre in Larne. Ciara, the best of luck with the show. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Okay, time for some brand new music. And Silent Running are back with a great new song called Walking Wounded. And here is the brand new music video.
Chasing shadows in the neon lights, chasing something, I'm always chasing something. Yeah, the world's been drowned and empires fall, but the human spirit still conquers all, and that's really something. Yeah, that's really something. These city streets, so many are lost and lonely, scar tissue hearts. But you know that they're only walking wounded. They get knocked down, but they never stay down. They're walking wounded. roll the punches to the end of each round. The walking wounded. Yeah, they get knocked down, but they never stay down. The walking wounded. It's gotta roll the punches to the end of each round. You know we've all got something. All got something. All got something. Ooh, 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 ooh. The walking wounded. Ooh, ooh, the walking wounded. Ooh, ooh, the walking wounded. Yeah, they get knocked down, but they never stay down. Yeah, they get knocked down, but they never stay down.
So there we go, brand new music from Silent Running. That's called Walking a Wounded. They've got a big gig coming up in the Limelight very soon as well. We'll find out all about that because Peter Gamble from the band joins us in the studio. How are you?
I'm very well, Robin. Thanks for having me on. It's nice to be here.
We're loving the new single. Tell me the story behind that then.
Initially, I was in town one night and I just noticed a few, as you have in every big city, a couple of people in doorways and that sort of thing. And I just got that title in my head, Walking Wounded. I sort of wondered what their story was. Initially, that was the idea for the song. And then when I thought about it more, I thought, actually, when you think about the title of it, I really don't know anybody who hasn't been through something, including me, my family members, my band members, and I think most of society. Basically, you know, particularly the last couple of years, hasn't been an easy time for anyone. And I wanted to write something about how amazing people are to get up and get on with it. I think it's really inspiring. So I wanted to write something really positive. So I came up with Walking Wounded, but the story is about how people can overcome adversity. It's not from the point of view of being a victim, it's how amazing the human spirit is. That everybody gets, well, most people can get up, dust themselves down and get on with it. And I wanted to write something really positive about that, like a tribute. Yeah. So that's really what it's about.
Brilliant. Now you guys have had a big comeback, sort of, in the last couple of years, haven't you? You've got a big gig coming up in the Limelight. I think the last time you did the Limelight was 1989 or something, wasn't it?
That sounds unlikely. Might have been 99. Yes. Truth is out a long time ago. Yeah, we did. I mean, it's a great venue. Yeah. And basically in the summer, we were lucky enough to get on the bill with Simple Minds in Custom House Square, which we'd never done, which is amazing. I have to say, it's an amazing venue, standing on that stage, looking at that sort of natural amphitheatre. It's great. And it was great to play to a massive audience. So the Limelight people are involved in Custom House Square. So after that, they asked us, would we be up for doing a show in the Limelight? So that's how we ended up there. And yeah, it feels quite nostalgic going back. We have people coming from England and Scotland, all the usual stuff. So yeah, it's quite exciting. I know, it feels very special at this age to be doing those sort of things.
Because you probably never have imagined back then in the 80s when you first started that you would still be going as Silent Running today.
No, I didn't. And I didn't think, I think the main thing, we didn't think we'd find an audience. Yeah. You know, we didn't think anybody would have any interest. And yeah, it is, okay, it's a little bit of a cult band thing now, but at the same time, just to have the chance to do it's amazing. I mean, I'm still knocked out by things like last week we had a German distributor on, banned 100 albums and this sort of thing. Brilliant. And you get a ping up on your phone, oh, there's an album sold in New York, and it's still a buzz. It's great fun. Actually, you can really enjoy it at this stage of our lives, to be honest with you. We're all really enjoying the experience.
What about when you first started, when you had the 3 albums back in the 1980s? I mean, were they tough times? Was there a lot of pressure on you back then?
It's a different experience. You know, the first one is always easier because it's everything you've ever written, all your best songs. And we loved the touring experience. We've always loved playing live. Then you get a bit of pressure because obviously you're looking at a second album and there's generally a rush then. We switched labels. We went from EMI to Atlantic, so UK to America. And you've less control. That's the honest truth. Yeah. You know, you've less control. The record companies decide what songs they want to put out, what songs they like, maybe the direction you want to go in. But having said that, the fact there's pressure, I mean, who couldn't love going around the world playing gigs and making records, recording the best studios in your early 20s? I mean, much as there was a little bit of pressure and perhaps we didn't have the level of success we hoped for, it was an absolutely incredible 10 years. Fantastic.
And you were touring with legends like Robert Palmer and people like that, even Simple Minds back in the day as well, weren't you?
Yeah, we toured with Simple Minds, probably helped us get that support slot. Talk were a great band. We toured Europe with them. They wrote some brilliant songs. I'm obviously a singer, so anybody that knows anything about singing will tell you Robert Palmer is a fantastic singer. So get the chance to like learn from a man like that. That was our first major tour, and what a voice!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Didn't do a lot for your confidence, but you certainly learned a lot from him. It was just a wonderful experience. And then I'm a big Springsteen fan. We did a tour with Little Steven as well, with his solo band.
Wow.
And he was a lovely man,
Yeah.
and really supportive. So I mean, all those things. I mean, you couldn't put a price on. It's fantastic.
And then when it all comes to an end, it must have been very disappointing. And
I think we all ran out of steam, if I'm honest. You know,
Yeah.
we were sort of mid-30s, and I think we all thought we had a good run, and
Yeah.
we thought we'd take a break, and everybody did what people do of that age, have families and pay mortgages. And then I think maybe you just get to a certain stage where you think, if we don't have another go at it, we're never going to, or it's never going to happen. So we just thought, let's try it, no expectations, and see where we go.
So who's coming to the gigs now? You picking up new fans along the way?
It's a whole mixture. Yeah, we do. It's ironic our children are there, but we have people from back in the day who have sort of discovered that we're back together again.
Yeah.
But we also have younger people come. It's a whole age range, to be honest. Just, I mean, in fairness, there is a lot of people of our era. The ones that travel, probably the more of the hardcore fans, but we have picked up a lot of younger fans too, which is fantastic.
Brilliant. So you've got the Limelight gig coming up. When's that then?
Friday the 3rd of March. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a long time.
And again, the fans are travelling from all over the world to come to this, aren't they?
Well, they did the last time. I mean, the last time we had a guy flew from Dubai, and people from Turkey and all sorts of things.
Wow.
So it's a small exclusive group, Ron.
Indeed. Should we play another one of your music videos?
That'd be wonderful.
Which one should we go for this time?
What about Darkest Hour from Follow the Light?
Okay, let's do that. Peter, good to see you as always. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
So here they are, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, Silent Running.
Darkest hour, black as night. Only 20,000 more until the morning light.
Right, we're talking food and relationships now, and here's what happens when I caught up with celebrity cooking school winner Laura Tott earlier this week. Now, they say a way to a person's heart is through their stomach, which is perhaps why food can play such a big role in a relationship. To talk about this further, I'm pleased to say that the winner of Celebrity Cooking School, Laura Tott, joins us now on the line. Laura, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
So Laura, tell us about the latest research then. We've discovered that cooking and food can play a big part in relationships. What else have we discovered, and were you surprised about the results then?
So Co-op have done some research and they found that nearly half of the nation say that cooking is an act of love. And do you know what? I'm not surprised by that. I completely agree. For me, it's such like an intimate experience, like cooking together. It's some of my favourite times with my now husband. We just absolutely love getting in, cooking together, and just having a couple of hours in the kitchen, whether you're having a couple of drinks, stuff. It can just be such an intimate and like time to connect, really.
So is all the cooking done together then, or does one of you do more than the other? How does it all work then?
It changes, I'll be honest. So some nights I will be just left purely to set the table, pour the drinks and set the table. And then other nights it's all hands on deck. It's just, we're both chipping in. And then some nights it will be just me. But whether it's one cooking or the other, we're always in the kitchen. So we've got a kitchen island and one will always just sit there and while the other one's cooking. So it feels like a joint effort.
So what's your favourite food then? What's his speciality dish then?
So he absolutely smashes a steak. That's the way to my heart, I think, a steak. A nice steak, and he's absolutely brilliant at cooking it.
So tell us about your first date then. What happened? How did it go?
We actually went out for a meal on our first date. We just went to a restaurant. We were living in Australia at the time. So we just went for a meal. And then the second day, I actually cooked for him, which I thought was quite brave. And then with the Co-op research, they actually found that a quarter of the nation would choose to cook on a first date, which I think fair play to him. That is so brave. I did it on a second date and I'm so glad I did because it was amazing. But yeah, you've got to be so brave to do it on a first date.
And of course, you have to be really careful when cooking something you've never cooked before because you don't want to mess it up, do you?
That's it. There's quite a lot of pressure, isn't there, on getting it right. And on my second date, I stupidly, I went a bit, I wouldn't say all out, but I cooked something I'd never cooked before, and just really tried to wing it, and it obviously paid off because I'm happily married now. But yeah, he's never admitted he's never told me he didn't like the meal, so it obviously went.
Now tell me about Celebrity Cooking School. Is it something you're glad you did?
Oh God, yeah. I still go for convenience food because we are such busy people, but it's just given me that confidence in the kitchen. There's things like even like this week we made some kebabs and there was some flatbreads and we thought it was just easy just to obviously buy them, but instead I've actually decided to make them from scratch. I think it's just getting that confidence, isn't it, in the kitchen.
Now, what about a good dessert then? What would you recommend?
A tart or things like that, but my go-to, I absolutely love, and I think it's quite simple as well, is a cheesecake. I am absolutely, it's just my absolute favourite cheesecake. And as well with the research, I think the nation agreed as well that cheesecake is the go-to.
Laura, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Take care.
Okay, let's take a look and see what's happening throughout Belfast and beyond over the next week or so as we take a look at this week's What's On Guide. And starting off with Belfast Tradfest's winter weekend. It's back this coming weekend and it's jam-packed with concerts, workshops, sessions and walks and talks. Belfast Tradfest's second annual winter weekend returns to venues across the Belfast UNESCO City of Music from the 24th until the 26th of February. And international recognised artists including Janta, the Frail Sisters, Raina Connolly, Seamus O'Kane, Niall Hanna, Kuig, Seamus and Kiva, Tim Eady and Ryan Malloy will also headline 9 concerts, and founding member of Dannon and fiddle maestro Frankie Gavin will play the festival closing concert at the Empire Music Hall. For more information, check out the website, which is belfasttradfest.com. Now, also taking place this weekend is the Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Strokes Red Dress Fun Run, which takes place at Stormont Estate here in Belfast on Sunday the 26th of February. Still time to sign up if you want to take part. Just head over to the website www.nichs.org.uk. Now moving on to the Grand Opera House, and in 2022 international recording artists Mick Foster and Tony Allen celebrated their 45th anniversary in the music business with their We'll Meet Again tour. And due to popular demand, they've decided to continue the celebrations into 2023. And you can catch the legendary Foster and Allen at the Grand Opera House on Monday the 27th of February. Now, we all remember Northern Ireland comedian James Young. Well, William Caulfield brings Our Jimmy the Best Bits to the Grand Opera House on the 28th of February, featuring all those best loved characters. And staying with the Grand Opera House, on Saturday the 4th of March, Rock and Roll Years and Dance Hall Days will be back on stage for the final time. Your final chance to catch that fabulous show. To book your tickets, head over to the website goh.co.uk. Now, if you fancy catching a movie in cinemas this weekend, why not try What's Love Got to Do With It? And for documentary maker and dating app addict Zoe, swiping right has only delivered an endless stream of Mr. Wrongs, to her eccentric mother Kath's dismay. For Zoe's childhood friend and neighbour Kaz, the answer is to follow his parents' example and opt for an arranged or assisted marriage to a bright and beautiful bride from Pakistan. And as Zoe films his hopeful journey from London to Pakistan to marry a stranger chosen by his parents, she begins to wonder if she might have something to learn from a profoundly different approach to finding love. Okay, our style consultant, Mary McGuigan, is still with us in the studio. We get another feature coming up. We'll find out all about it in just a second. Mary, thank you for joining us on the show this evening. Before we talk about the next stage of things, you've got a big shopping trip coming up soon, haven't you?
I do, yes. I run a shopping trip from picking up from Belfast, Sprucefield, the Boulevard, and on to Kildare Village.
Which is a fabulous location, isn't it?
Yes, it's very exciting. People enjoy going to Kildare. Discounted brands, and it's a good way of checking out what it's like to be with a personal shopper on a very general and affordable level.
So you'll be helping people choose their outfits on the day then as well?
Yes, I'll be giving out lots of style tips and tricks and shopping tips as well.
So you and Pauline went shopping earlier this week, didn't you?
Yes.
Let's see how they got on. Here's what happened.
So I am really excited because Mary has brought me into the wardrobe on the Newtonards Road. It is a consignment store, and you're probably asking, what does that mean? And I'm going to find out now. So tell me what a consignment store is.
Yes, a consignment shop is relatively new to Northern Ireland. It's actually a big idea that comes really from North America. So it was myself and my business partner, Andrea O'Neill. We got together and decided to open it here. So it's basically we sell the items for people and they get a percentage of the selling price. So they make an appointment, bring in the items, we take them in season and good condition, good labels, on trend. So we sort of ask them to do we call it a wardrobe detox, cleanse your closet, and they bring it in and we sell it for them and they get a percentage of the selling price.
So for yourself, what is it like working in a consignment store here in Belfast for you?
It's really good. Janine and I have actually been friends for a lot of years, and whenever she contacted me and said she needed help, I just jumped at the chance. Obviously to work in fashion, something I haven't done for a long time, and in the consignment store, it's definitely changed my view of how I buy clothes now. It was something that I really hadn't considered much. wearing someone else's clothes. You know what it's like, there's a bit of a stigma attached. And now I buy everything in here. I love it. There's so much stuff that comes in brand new with tags on. And as I say, in season, so we're able to change our wardrobe every season and add bits to it. We can't stop ourselves.
Well, I think that would be the issue, because do you not end up spending your wages on the clothes that you're bringing in?
We're actually kind of lucky that there's 4 of us that work rotation in here, and that we're all not the same size, or there would be wars that that everything comes in. That's mine. Put that in the back. So yeah, there's some amazing stuff that comes in.
And you've also won an award, so just explain that.
Yes, 2 Fridays ago, we got dressed up and went to the East Side Awards up in the Stormont Hotel, and we were up for Best Sustainable Business. And we were up against 2 really, strong in the category. We were really surprised. So yes, we won. So our award's just there on the table, and we're delighted to just be recognised. And I think everybody is more conscious, more eco-friendly, and it is about the effect of the environment. Fast fashion is the 2nd biggest polluter of the planet. So changing those mindsets, we're delighted for it.
And of course, we've got Mary back. Mary, thank you so much for coming again today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And do you know something? We've started to look, and you know that jeans was one of the things that I was really, really needing. And you've started to, go through the different jeans that are here and the different styles of jeans. And we've picked out these little ones, and I think they are absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
I love the colour and the shape. So tell me about these.
These are really flattering on you. You wanted that nice elongation of the leg, and more importantly, you wanted something that you feel comfortable in, because there's no point getting jeans if, they just look good but they don't feel very comfortable, because let's face it, you're not going to wear them otherwise. But these really would be very versatile in your wardrobe. They'll go with a lot of things. We've matched up some shoes, bags, accessories that will work with other items in your wardrobe as well.
Brilliant. Well, let's talk through these items. So first of all, we talked about the fact that I'm not a big jewellery person, but if you're like me, you really do need to look into it, because when I started to wear a piece of jewellery, it was funny that Mary had said that it actually shows who I am in my personality. So that was really important. And then the more I've started to wear jewellery, the more I do feel like I'm more put together. So you've picked out this little
piece.
Very delicate, and it has the peaches, and it has a little bit of that lovely pale green, and depending, I suppose, and the gold, and I suppose depending on what you were wearing it with, it would work with this, wouldn't it?
Yes, well, that's what actually inspired me to lift it for you, because it does actually go with what you're wearing now. And the gold works very well with the tan colours and the nude colours that we've picked up. Yeah. And you're very understated with your jewellery. So everybody always thinks that jewellery has to be big, bold in your face. It doesn't. But a little piece, something to mark the neck, something to just give a little bit of character to what you're wearing is enough. And something like that is really suitable for you.
And you know something, my mummy would be so proud, because my mummy would not go out of the house without her makeup and her jewellery on. She didn't feel complete unless she had her jewellery on. Now, you did mention big pieces there. When it's nighttime, I would be quite happy having big pieces. So that's another wee shopping day we'll have to go on. But I'm delighted with the jeans and the shoes. So what else have we got here?
We got this lovely belt. So you picked up this. You actually spotted this, the tan belt, and I was very proud. So this was originally from Hobbs, and what's great about this is you can wear it over your jeans, but also some of those beautiful dresses that you have at home. This will give you a nice shape on your waist. So that adds another little bit of detail to a plain outfit, which I know is something that you were a bit worried about. So great, and great coming into the spring, summertime, those tan colours. And this bag, this is a nice day bag, which will go with lots of things, including your nude shoes that you've picked up as well.
And yet it's funny because what do I always carry? A black bag. Black bag, black boots, black shoes. I do have a pair of nude shoes, a pair of silver shoes, but I don't go with anything else. Oh, I do have white boots. I'm wearing white boots at the minute that you'll be able to see later when I'm doing a wee bit of the catwalk and trying this stuff on. But so that's really good for me, because when you'd mentioned belts and stuff as well, I only had one belt. It was black with a bit of sparkle, but other than that, nothing. So I think that's why when I walked into the shop, I went straight for the belt.
And belts are a really good way of just creating a bit of personality in your outfits.
So there you go, personality in your outfits. I'm delighted. Thanks, Mary.
You're welcome.
Let's carry on shopping.
Let's carry on shopping indeed.
So there we go, the wardrobe in East Belfast. Oh, Mary, thank you for joining us on the show this evening.
Thank
That's
you
all
for
we have
having
time
me.
for. Thank you to all my guests. Thank you for watching as well, and we'll see you back here same time next week. Bye-bye.